Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope that you're doing well. I can't believe it. Some new fragrances have been announced. What? Yeah, so this week in fragrance, more like this quarter in fragrance, there hasn't been anything announced in a while. I think the last big one that got announced was maybe Eros Parfum. But no, now we've got some new things to talk about. A new Parfums de Marly, a new Paco Rabanne 1 million, a new Abercrombie & Fitch. No, that's not as big a deal, I guess. A new Cavalli Uomo. There's some stuff at least. And I gotta think that heading into 2022, we're about to get hit with some big releases. Probably. Anyway, for now, let's enjoy these new things that we have coming and let's talk about them on This Week in Fragrance. All right, first up, we got a new release coming from the house of Guess. It's Guess Seductive Homme Red. Now, I know a lot of people out there might not get super excited when a new Guess fragrance comes out, but believe it or not, Guess has a bunch of solid fragrances that don't cost all that much money. I mean, typically you're going to find them at TJ Maxx or Ross's or Marshall's or Burlington or one of those rack stores. And again, typically like $15, $20, maybe $25. And they're also super cheap online at discounters. But even though they cost next to nothing, typically the scents are really nice. They're wearable. They don't smell overly cheap. They don't have this cloying alcohol kind of scent profile on the top. So I'm actually looking forward to this one. More specifically, looking forward to picking it up for like $20. Let's go ahead and check out the note breakdown. In the top, we've got lemon zest, cinnamon, and fig. And I know a lot of people out there are big fans of the fig Newtons, and also the wasps that crawl into the fig and die inside of it and then become part of the fig that you eat. Oh, that's actually not the best part of a fig. But still, the fig is a note in here, and fig smells pretty nice. In the mid, orange blossom, kumquat, and geranium, and who doesn't love saying kumquat? In the base, Indian sandalwood, vanilla, and amber. Now, actually, that note breakdown to me, for a Guess fragrance, pretty interesting. Kumquat you don't see used all that often. Fig, cinnamon in the top, bit of lemon zest. Sounds nice. And like I said, they're usually surprisingly good. So 20, 25 bucks when I can pick this one up, you better believe I'm going to. Up next, the new Cavalli Uomo Golden Anniversary. So it's good for me to see a new Cavalli Uomo fragrance. It's a line that I think is overlooked, but unfortunately, Cavalli seems to have a habit of discontinuing them. Cavalli Uomo La Notte is a fragrance that I thought smelled amazing. Really, really nice. Similar to CH Privé, but even better, I would say. And then Deep Desire, also really good, and that one is becoming harder to find. So it's kind of like, what are you guys doing? I guess people just aren't buying them as much as Cavalli would hope, but it's a solid line of fragrances. So even though this one appears to be a limited edition, I'm going to pick it up because God knows here within 6 months of it becoming available, it's not going to be available anymore. Roberto Cavalli Uomo Golden Anniversary is a new woody leathery fragrance for men launched in 2021 in a limited edition. A precious limited edition of the iconic Uomo fragrance to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Roberto Cavalli's fashion house. Good job. Discover the Uomo Golden Anniversary, a woody, leathery eau de parfum intense. Not just eau de parfum, not just intense. Eau de parfum intense for a distinctive and magnetic signature. A pure extract of masculinity thanks to a core masculine lavender and violet heart that blends with a wild leathery and tonka. A tribute to people who never go unnoticed, which of course is all of you, I'm sure. For this special occasion, the distinctive Uomo bottle has been divided in gold for a fragrant golden mirroring effect, revealing all the richness of this new fragrance. A precious lacquering from which perfectly emerges the crocodile cutting off the sides of the bottle. Right. So far we only have 4 notes in this one: violet, lavender, leather, tonka. Really, that note breakdown ties it in pretty snugly with the original Cavalli Uomo, which is also a solid scent, though I'd say of the whole line, probably my least favorite one. Not that I dislike it. Like I said, it's solid. It's just not as good as Silver Essence or Deep Desire or La Notte. Rest in peace. F's in the chat. So there we go, a new Cavalli Uomo. And like I said, I'm going to scoop it up with quickness. And if you're interested in the line, you probably should too once you see it, because they will can it. They've done it before, they'll do it again. All right, new 1 million time. Paco Rabanne 1 million Elixir. That's right. So Dior comes out with Sauvage Elixir. Now Paco Rabanne has 1 million Elixir. That means all the Elixirs are coming, right? Aqua de Jo, Elixir. Armani Code, Elixir. Versace Pour Homme, Elixir. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Elixir. Bleu de Chanel Elixir. They're all coming. You know they are. Dior, you're a trailblazer, man. You came out with Elixir, and let me tell you, brother, now everybody's coming out with it. You are so creative. Paco Rabanne 1 million Elixir is a new floral fruity fragrance for men launching in 2022. This is an intoxicating blend, deep and addictive, that infuses rich floral fruity notes into the very finest materials. I said that strangely. A grand cru that vibrates with the contrast of the warm vanilla infused woods and the more licorice Divana. Top notes feature natural sweet apple oil and the first hints of the Divana leaves, immediately enveloping and rich. They make for a direct introduction to the bold and distinctive blend. This is written kind of gibberishly. I'm trying to say it without screwing up too much here. Heart notes feature the very best Turkish rose and osmanthus, which is a floral with leathery apricot notes and wild-grown tonka beans. They're part of the reason why this masterpiece composition stands out with a supreme quality of the fragrance. The quality is so high, it's so good. The sensual licorice Divana lingers, vibrating with the precious extractions of patchouli and cedarwood oil distillations and black vanilla seed pods round out the base notes. I gotta feel like the pricing is incorrect here because they have it listed as costing $70 US for a 100 milliliter parfum concentration. I gotta feel like that is wrong, as it's not gonna be that cheap. That'd be nice though. Everything just starts dropping in price. I mean, I'd be okay with that. So yeah, this one has a top of apple and Divana leaves, a mid of Turkish rose, osmanthus, apricot, and tonka, and a base of patchouli, cedarwood, and black vanilla. So what to make of this note breakdown? Seems pretty different from the original. Yeah, not too much carries over from the original 1 million to 1 million Elixir when you look at the note breakdown. Obviously, you've got the cinnamon missing, you have the citrus missing as well, and really the things that tie it in the most are going to be the rose in the mid, and then patchouli bit in the base. Just about everything else is kind of its own thing, so I don't expect that it's going to be that close to the original 1 million for better or for worse. I would also guess, looking at this note breakdown and write-up, that it's probably not going to be all that close to 1 million parfum either. Of course, I could be wrong. You know, this could come out, and even though everything reads and looks like it would be different, it ends up being close, but I think it's going to be its own thing. I will say, if nothing else, that Paco Rabanne is a fragrance house, a designer fragrance house that will kind of do things their own way. You know, they don't really care to follow trends maybe as much as some other fragrance houses do. They kind of just wing it. And sometimes that works out really well and you get something pretty nice like 1 million Lucky, and other times it falls flat. It doesn't work so well. So we'll see how this one is. Obviously, I'm going to scoop it up as soon as I can, and I am cautiously optimistic that it's going to be really good. Next up, Parfums de Marly. They have a new fragrance coming out called Haltane. Is that Haltane? Haltane. It is a new woody fragrance for men and women launched in 2021 exclusively at Harrods. When two icons join forces, the results are nothing short of spectacular. One look at the green and gold bottle is all you need to recognize this Parfums de Marly fragrance as a Harrods exclusive. Specially blended for those who have come to expect only the finest ingredients, chef's kiss, Haltane Unfurls on the skin with layers of traditional aromatic woods and the freshness of herbal top notes, while a soft and rich amalgam of saffron and praline accord presents an ultra-modern spin on mythical oud wood. Oh, bro, it's so mythical, dude. Oh, man. It's got a top of bergamot, lavender, and clary sage, a mid of saffron, cedarwood, and praline, and a base of woody notes, aka oud. So they call saffron and praline ultra modern. It kind of makes me wonder, and it probably not, but it makes me wonder if it's gonna have a little bit of that, you know, toffee caramel kind of feel that you find in so many designer fragrances nowadays. Things like Stronger With You, Scandal, Wanted by Night, not Wanted by Night, The Most Wanted, sorry, my bad, and many more. I would imagine that it does a different kind of style on that praline. I don't think it's going to be as close to those 3 fragrances I just mentioned, but it's worth maybe keeping an eye on. Of course, this one being a Parfums de Marly should be really wearable, easy to pull off, kind of a compliment puller. We'll see if it gets the hype treatment, you know, if it's one of those Parfums de Marlys where everybody thinks you gotta own it, or if it's one where people just kind of go, it's okay. It's another one that I will try to scoop up, but I don't know how much it's gonna cost, and I'm hoping it's not insane. But because it's a Harrods exclusive, I'm kind of, I don't know. All right, last but not least, Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce Gold Cologne. This is apparently a limited edition release for this winter. So if you want it, go ahead and scoop it up. Technically, it's already been out for a little bit, for a few weeks, maybe a month. It's only $58 for a 50 ml size, so it's not crazy expensive. Introducing our newest fragrance in a 1.7 ounce bottle that's exclusively for the holidays, Fierce Gold. Features fresh notes of sweet tangerine and spice grounded in woody, warm amber for a festive and unmistakable fragrance. Just kept it short and sweet. Top of sweet tangerine, mid of spices, base of amber. That's it. So this one's apparently festive. That's all I got for you. I guess it's gonna be spicy because festive, it's spicy. Honestly though, this shows you where Abercrombie & Fitch is focusing. I did a video a little bit ago, well, a while ago, I guess, about First Instinct. The First Instinct line of fragrances from Abercrombie, that they're not really pushing them, that there's a lot of talk about discontinuation with that line. Last time I checked, they weren't even on the Abercrombie website anymore. They had scrubbed all the First Instinct fragrances off there. And so when you go look for men's fragrances, basically you're hit with like 10 different Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce flankers. And this kind of reinforces that for Abercrombie & Fitch, Fierce seems to be where they're concentrating for men's fragrances. First Instinct, I guess, didn't work out for them as well as they wanted, and they said, you know, heck with it. Fierce has been our bread and butter for however long. Let's just keep riding that train, a gravy train. And so now we got this sick holiday release, which is so cool. All right, guys, and that's gonna do it for me. Another week in fragrance, the first one in a long time, actually. Like I said, it's like not even this month in fragrance, not lately anyway. New 1 million, that's the biggest news. I do think though that we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna get some new stuff. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. We're gonna get some stuff in. It's gonna be good. All right, guys, that's doing it for me. Let me know in the comments below the fragrance you're most interested to smell out of all these. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for your support. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you later.